For this particular activity, you will need scissors and pen and paper because you will have to create some uh, strips of the paper needs to be cut in 25 pieces, and I'll show you how in the next slide. So it says the local news station wants to interview 8 students from a school. There are 25 students on the school council. 10 of the students are from the graduating class and 15 are from the other classes. So just stopping there, it seems that there are more students from other classes than the graduating class. The principal has a difficult time deciding which students from the council will get interviewed. So she tells the group of students that she will put all the names in a ball, mix the names, then the first 8 names who are selected from the ball will get to be interviewed. The next day, the principal returns with the names selected. It turns out that 5 of the students who get to be interviewed are in the graduating class, and only 3 of the students selected are from other classes. The students who are not in the graduating class complain that this doesn't seem fair. They suspect that the principal chose the group rather than selecting at random. So one more time, we have here a situation in which we can infer that probably it was not a fair selection, that it was probably just bias, but it could also be that it was selected at random. So we can do our own trials, okay, to see if the principal selected these at random or not. So number 1, it says, do you think the principal could have chosen this group of students at random like she promised? Explain your reasoning. So this is where you have to take a side, okay? I would say probably she chose them at random, but it might also depend on other things that seem fair, right? Like there are more people from other classes than people from the graduating class, so it will be expected, I guess, that there will be more people from the other classes other than the graduating class. But again, it might probably be that she did select them at random, and it's just that random process. It turns out that there were more people from the graduating class than the ones from other classes. But who knows? Okay, so that's why I don't want to necessarily choose my answer. I want you to choose one based on that. And there is really not a right or wrong answer for these ones. It's just whatever you think. We're going to see if it's true or not based on the trials that we do. Okay. So let's move on. Let's do the next one. So this is just a sample response. Okay. If you say yes, no, it's really not a right or wrong answer. So simulate the drawing many times to find some possible results. So this is where you have to cut a piece of paper into 25 equal-sized pieces. And in 10 of the pieces, you will write graduating class, and then in the other pieces, you're going to write other classes. You're going to fold the papers in half, and then just get a bag or whatever you can get to mix them up. And then if you can do this with a family member, with your brother, with your sister, with your mom, ask somebody, okay, to help you, and you're gonna draw. Ask them to help you, draw 8 pieces of paper, and then record the number of students chosen that are in the graduating class. You're gonna do these 4 more times, okay, besides the one that you already did, and then you're gonna record your answers in the table provided. Now, the answer I'm about to show you is just a sample response. It doesn't mean that your numbers are wrong. Remember that if you're choosing these at random, I mean, it's just impossible that you're going to have my same numbers. But since I'm showing you how to do it and what might be probably something reasonable, I don't know. These are just the numbers that they give you here, but I will suggest you try it, okay, and then you can compare my answers to yours if you want to. Okay, now let's create a dot plot. Unfortunately, one more time, we will need a larger sample for these, like more people to be included here. That's why they're asking us to do it by class, but we don't have a class at the moment. So you will have to use your own data. So if you create a dot plot that shows the number of students chosen from the graduating class, obviously we are not going to have a lot of data, but if we were to do these in the classroom, then it will probably look something like this, okay? And as you can see here, you can see what's the shape of the distribution one more time. So I will be using this plot to answer the next question. Based on the dot plot, do you think it's reasonable that the principal selected the students for the interview at random and still chose 5 of the students who are in the graduating class? So let's look at what the data says here. So by looking at this, let's concentrate in the number 5 because 5 people were out of the 8 from the graduating class. Let's just see if in the majority of these, we at least have 5 people, okay? So here we have more than 5. Here we have more than 5. Here we have more than 5. And by the way, all these, the data here, it's 75 trials. So in all these trials, it seems that there were at least 5 students. And if you think about it here, let's concentrate here in number 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means that 9, okay, out of the 75 trials that this dot plot has, how much is that? If we do the math, okay, 9 out of 75, that's 0.12. So 12% had 5 people. And it seems that at least in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these, you also have 5 people, with the exception of 6 and 7. So based on that, it's reasonable, okay? It seems that she probably chose them at random, okay? But there are also other things that might contribute to these, and we don't know, okay? But at least we know that the majority of them had at least 5 students from the graduating class, okay? And as you can see here, the explanation that says that more than 5 students from the graduating class chosen for a total of 20. So, I mean, we wouldn't say that it wasn't very unfair, but looking at a larger trial, I mean, 12% of the trials had at least 5 students in the graduating class, so that should tell you something, right? Maybe you want to take another approach, and maybe you want to do a different type of math, and then still come up with the same solution, with the same conclusion. So that's really up to you. However you want to do this, in a whatever way, creative way you want to do this. But for this lesson, we're really just looking at what you're given, okay? And based on what we have, we can make a decision whether you approve or disapprove your claim.